Hello and welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to have a quick look at date formula and date formatting. One thing I want to show today is how to access the help menu. So if you hit the F1 button, that will bring up the help library, and in this case we're going to have a look at the date and time functions. And scroll down and it presents us with a list of some date functions to work with. Two functions we're going to look at today are the days function. So here it shows us the arguments that are required, explains to us what those arguments are, and gives us a couple of examples on how to use it. Similarly for the days 360 function, there's the arguments and there's an example of how to use it. So let's use this to do a quick calculation of the number of days between two dates. Just set this up. Okay, so we'll start from the 5th of January 2015 and end on the 24th of March 2016. Now I'm just going to make these columns a bit wider and format these cells to display the date in a full format so we can see the day and month. So entering our formulas, now you'll see when we start the formula like that, it gives us a prompt for what arguments are required by the formula, and that makes it a bit easier to use. And we'll repeat that again with the days 360 function. Now note in this case the date formulas are in a different order, so we'll do the start date first, end date. It also asks us for the type. Now if we just go back here and have another look at what the type is. If type 0, the US method is used. If the type is any value other than 0 or missing, the European value is used. So it's just an accounting standard there that you need to be aware of. So today we'll use type 0. And so you can see they calculate different results. Now in practice, we often want to know the number of working days between two dates. So this function is the net work days. So just having a quick look at the arguments required for that. We'll need the start date, the end date, and a range of values known as the holidays. So for brevity I'll just copy in a few values I had set up. These are obviously incomplete, and we'll just do this quick format to make it more readable. Okay, so that's not a complete list of all the dates required, but gives us something to work with for a quick example. So we'll put in our start date, our end date, and our holidays. And there you have 317 net working days between those two dates. one thing I like to do is test that my functions are behaving the way I would expect, and see if they can handle a few odd conditions. So in this case, let's make the start date and end date the same. We can see the days function returns 0, that's okay. Days 360 returns 0, again that's okay. But our net work days returns 1, which is obviously wrong. So if you're using this function, you'll need to put in some basic logic to watch for that condition and return the correct answer, and have some error checking built into your spreadsheet. Another source of errors is if the dates are not put in date format. That will cause all of these arguments to throw a value error, and similarly if the holidays have a incorrect format, they'll throw an error as well. So I have other tutorials on logic functions and on error catching. So have a look at those tutorials as well and learn a few more techniques on how to build robust spreadsheets. That's all for today, and happy spreadsheeting.